Vaheguru, 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 ha, Vaheguru, 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 ha.
And one more time, say our Guru's Fateh. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sangat Ji, we want to thank you very much for coming out. We've been wanting to meet the Sangat, and we've been all through the UK, and we just want to say a heartfelt thank you to you, because all of the work that Jagraj Baji has said that we've been doing for the last few years, not one thing could have been done without your direct support. And as you've seen from the presentation, there's so much more that we want to do, so much more we want to achieve, and this is all for the Panth, and it's all for you. I think the main ethos at Everything's 13, at Sab Kuch Tera, is to empower the Panth, is literally to give you, the Sangat, the tools that we need to grow the Panth and actually heal the world. In 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King, he had a dream. He's the black activist in America, and I just want you to think back to about 60 years ago, how life was like for black people, especially in America. They didn't have the right to vote. They were seen as subhuman. That's only 1 or 2 generations ago. And gentlemen like Dr. Martin Luther King, they had the courage to dream big. Now I want you to think about what life is like now for black people in America. We have a black president. There are more equal rights. It's not where it needs to be, but a lot has improved in 1 or 2 generations. What should our Panth be like? What was Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj's dream for the Panth? What should the Khalsa be doing? Ask yourself, Sangat Ji, in your hearts, is the Khalsa today doing what it's meant to do? If the Khalsa, if the Panth is Sikhi where you want it to be, or can we improve it? I look into the Sangat today and I see a lot of young people. It's very beautiful to see so many young people in the Sangat. And ask yourself, your kids, you're going to have kids, what kind of an England, a UK, a world do you want your children to be born into? And can we affect today and tomorrow for a brighter future? Everything's 13 has been set up, Sangat Ji, to be the solution for the Panth. You know, we have a lot of problems all around the world, in Punjab and the whole world. But you know, we can't put out the fires over there until we've put out the fires over here. So let's clean our house, let's sort out our backyards. Let's make the UK into the shining example that the whole world can follow. We can sort out Satkar for Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. For us, that's a major issue right now. But even that, it starts with education. And the main ethos, again at basis of Sikhi, Everything's 13, is education. It's not only educating ourselves, but the wider public. You know, what I've seen when we went on this Base of Sikhi tour, is the most beautiful thing I've seen is Gore and Kale and everybody else, they're coming into the Gurdwaras. They're finding out what Sikhi is, and they're finding out about the Sangat. And they want to come here and get something like we all do. You know, we all get langar, but we get something else. The Gurdwara Sahib is supposed to be a place where we get nourished fully. No other place in this world can you get nourished the way you get nourished here. You not only get your nutrients in the langar hall, which we should make the langar more nutritious, but the main nutrition that we get is the feeding of the soul, which is here. The Gurdwara should be the model for how the world should be run. If everybody is chanting the name of God, is connecting to God, is thinking about God and meditating on God, and taking care of each other and considering each other equal in a practical way, imagine if everybody in England started doing that. This is the place, this is a teaching ground. Now Sangat Ji, I don't want to take too much of your time, but I do want to ask for your help, especially the young people. We need to take back our Panth. We need to take back our responsibility. You know, in this life I've learned, nobody's going to give you anything. If you're waiting for it, nobody's ever going to hand it to you. You've got to step up. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj told us the only power you have is the power you take and the power you make. So you young people, we've got to step up and take the power. But the first step is educating ourselves and being involved in Sangat. So one thing, a big push that we're doing this year is we want to build networks of Sevadars that actually get together and do Seva together. And you may wonder, what can we do? What kind of Seva can we do? An amazing Seva, by Jagraj Singh just already mentioned, is street prachar. Is using the resources Everything's 13 has already created, the 3 facts leaflet. The 3 facts leaflet is designed in such a way that you can open it and it will prompt you to have a conversation about Sikhi to anybody. Not many people know, not many even any Sikhs know, that Guru Har Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, obviously his father, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, was made shaheed. He was made shaheed by the Mughals, the oppressive Muslims. And his son, what did he do? Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj, did he hold a grudge against all Muslims? The poor Muslims of his day came to him and said, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, we need a mosque to pray in. Guruji didn't say leave Islam, become Sikh and come to the Gurdwara Sahib. Maharaj built them a mosque. Should we not tell the world that? Should we not tell the world the sacrifice Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji Maharaj made, not only for the Sikhs, not only for the Hindus, but for everybody? All the Sikh Gurus, they spoke out quite openly against a lot of the practices in the Hindu faith. They talked out against falsehood and they taught how to get joined with the truth. But Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji Maharaj still gave his head to protect the Hindus. That's unparalleled in history. Sikhi, the more you learn about it, the more beautiful it is. And if you ever watched a movie, that was really good or read a good book, and you just want to tell your friends and family, hey, go watch this movie, I enjoyed it. It affected me. Sikhi is that thing that it changes lives, Sangatji. And once it changes your life, you'll have this passion and desire just to share this miracle that's happened inside you. Because if the miracle can happen for you, the miracle can happen for another person. And in Sikhi, we're supposed to take care of everybody else. And one way to do that is to share the secret of Nam, the secret of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Now, I only call it a secret because we haven't actually done the job, the complete job, of sharing Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's message. We can learn a lot from Maharaj. Is Sikhi supposed to stay just in Punjab? Is it supposed to stay just in the Punjabi community? Or is it made to be spread throughout the world? Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj was the second most traveled person in all of history. He went everywhere spreading his message. In Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, only about 30% roughly is in Punjabi. It's not in one language, it's in many, many different languages, many, many different dialects. That should tell us something. Every year, at least twice a year, we have a Nagar Kirtan. A Nagar Kirtan where the King of Kings leaves his throne and goes through the town, goes everywhere. And you know, that's a beautiful time where we can actually engage with the general public, meet them. It's just not a show-off parade. That's our mokka, that's our opportunity to meet with Bande, anybody else in the street and actually tell them about us. Think about the roop that Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj has blessed us with. The diftar, the dari, these physical, visible nishaniya, insignias of who we are. Everything that a Sikh wears is a talking point. Everything that, oh, why do you have that long beard? Why do you have that turban on your head? What's that thing on your arm? Why do you carry a weapon? Everything is a conversation starter. Do you think Guruji didn't know that when he gave us this? We are walking, talking prachariks. So all we're trying to say is, we must educate ourselves to have that conversation. So what can we do? We can get together and do street prachar, Sangatji. It's so fun. You may think you can't do it. You may think that you may have to go to the basis of Sikhi Pracharak Academy before you can do street prachar. But I'm telling you, you don't. All you have to have, there's one major requirement, you have to have love for your Guru. If you have love for your Guru, and you've got love for Sikhi, all you need to do is go out there and have a conversation about Sikhi. And I've experienced this myself, Sangatji. When I started doing street prachar, I didn't know where to start. I thought, who am I to tell somebody about Sikhi? But there's a secret. It's addictive. It actually builds your Sikhi. Because as soon as you start talking about the Guru, as soon as you start talking about Nam, you get the high of Nam. And you're having a genuine conversation. And it's so freeing. Because people have never experienced other people talking about Sikhi or even religion in the way we do. Because we've actually got zero intention of converting anybody to our religion. We have zero desire to make them stop their faith and come to ours. When we do street prajar, we want to make the Christian a strong Christian. We want to make the Muslim a true Muslim. We want to help the Jew become a true Jew and help them connect to the same God, the Ek. And in strengthening their faith, we tell them about our faith. And the Sangatji, the beautiful thing about Sikhi is, it doesn't need selling. None of this is a salesman game. It's about sharing. When you share your passion and your love for your Guru and your Sikhi, then you know what happens? Everybody falls in love with it. And Maharaj, he is Jagat Guru. Maharaj is Guru for everybody. And the beautiful thing about Maharaj is the whole world can come to Maharaj and he'll give to them. He will literally tell the Muslim how to become a great Muslim, how to align himself with the truth, how to submit his will to God, how to create compassion within himself to actually be giving. And then that will take care of these terrorist people, these people that have taken Islam and using it for their own political gains. It's up to the Khalsa to fight these battles. We're supposed to fight, but these battles, the Khalsa is an army, it's a true army. So we should do what we need to do. But Sabha Lakh Se Ek Larao, that's also education. One of us should be able to talk to 250,000 passionately and help affect their lives so they can use Sikhi and use this truth as a technology to improve themselves. It doesn't mean they have to become a Sikh, they're more than welcome to become a Sikh. But all we're trying to do is spread righteousness, spread Naam, and help people obtain this Anand in their own life. And Sangatji, the truth is, and this is a universal truth, because everything that Guruji taught us is the universal truth. When you help another person, you do it for selfish reasons. Because when you help somebody else, the truth is, Sangatji, you're helping yourself. So if you want to help yourself in this life, it's a truth in business and a truth in life. The more you help others, the more you gain. And Sikhi teaches us that. Seva and Simran and Sangat. So I want you to all, please, contact us at info@everythings13.org. That's info@everythings, everything with an S, then the numbers 13.org. And tell us that you want to start street prajar in your local area. We'll get you the resources. We'll come and join you. We'll get other like-minded Sangat together, and you guys can do it together and have a really, really fun time doing it. The second project that I'm trying to help facilitate this year is Gurdwara desks all through the UK. Why can't we simply have a desk with a few leaflets where people, even Punjabis and non-Punjabis alike, that when they come to a Gurdwara, they look around and say, oh, don't know what's going on here, but just going about the business. What do I do? Why can't we have a Gurdwara guide poster? We have one in the Langar Hall. I want to show it to you when you come out there, so please come say hello. That tells you to wash your hands. We talk about Satkar, but do we really have Satkar even in the Punjabi community within the Gurdwaras? So something that we can just simply as a Gurdwara guide poster that tells you to wash your hands, how to behave in the Darbar Sahib, what Langar is all about. It's a tool that helps to arm us with knowledge. And then the leaflets that we can give to you and say, look, there's 1,000 videos. Watch these videos, find out about the Guru, find out about Sikhi, find out about what is going on. Sangatji, if that is not Seva, Seva should be to transform somebody's life. Seva must not only be just to give them a bit of langar and say, I've done my bit, done my dishes. If you can transform somebody's life and help bring them to the Guru and help cut their dukh, what better Seva can be than that, Sangatji? So we have a lot of projects. We want you to be one of those 640 people. We have a minimum of 650,000 members of the UK Sangat. After over 500,000 people, can we get 640 of you to donate £13 a month to Everything's 13, and we can continue the work to help push the Panth forward. So next year when we come back, we can say, Maharaj's Kripa, we've done X, Y, and Z, and now we're on to bigger and better. Because Sangatji, Martin Luther King had a dream, but we also have a dream. And this dream is our Guru's dream. So I want you to look within your hearts and find out and ask yourselves, what should Sikhi be? What should the Khalsa be doing? And let's do the hard work together, Ral Milke, to make that dream a reality, Sangatji. I want to say thank you very much, Sangatji. We have some time for Q&A right now, so I'll let Jagraj Baji take over that. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
So Sangatji, we've got a bunch of questions. The first question is, what is the difference between a Sikh, a Gursikh and a Gurmukh? Right, very complicated question, because all I can do is give you my perspective on it. Because the word definition of a Sikh changes over time, but just to go through it, Sikh, you can say, is that whoever comes to the Gurdwara, believes in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, doesn't believe any other idols, doesn't believe any other gods, just believes in Guruji, all the 10 Gurus. That person who doesn't have any other religion but Sikhi is a Sikh. Yeah? So a Sikh that gives a definition of what is a Sikh. हम कोई सहजधारी Sikh भी होता है, कोई अमृतधारी Sikh भी हो सकता है. So when we say a Gur Sikh, normally we mean somebody who is an Amritari, who has got a Rehat. Yeah? Amritari and with a Rehat. That would be a Gur Sikh. Somebody who is trying to earn Gur Satgur Kajo Sikh Khai. So every Sikh should have a minimum Rehat, but somebody who's Amritari would normally be called a Gur Sikh. Like Gur Sikh family, Gur Sikh Parvar, we mean Amritari. Why do we say that? Because in Sikhi, the Guru is very clear that the aim of Sikhi is to get to the point where you give yourself to your Guru. You know, like when you have a, let's say you have a school, right? And a lot of people come to the school for evening lessons. But some people enroll full time in the school, and some people graduate. This might be a good way to understand this question. The people that have come for evening classes, they're all Sikhs. The people that enroll in the school, they're like the Gur Sikhs. They've become, right, okay, this is my school, I'm going to take Amrit, become my Guru's student and learn properly. The people that graduate, they can call them the Gurmukhs. Yeah? Those that have graduated from the school, they're studying hard, and they've become, why is it graduated? Because now it's not just about the outside Rehat, it's the inside Rehat as well. Somebody could have Kesh, they could have a Kirpan, Panch Kakar, they could be reading them in the morning and the evening. It doesn't mean they become a Gurmukh yet. A Gurmukh is somebody who has actually sorted themselves out from the inside. They've cleaned up a lot of that mess. They've become very pure in their words, their thoughts, their actions. That is a Gurmukh insan. So many people who are at that spiritual level, that's a graduated level from the person who joined the degree. So that would be how I explain it very quickly. Could you please break down the phrase, sorry?
Can you please break down the phrase Sat Sri Akal and explain the meaning? First of all, it's not Sat Sri Akal, which growing up, I think a lot of us thought Sat Sri Akal. And actually coming into Sikhi, I realized almost on a daily basis how terrible I speak Punjabi. You know, I love Punjabi, and I'm so blessed that I got Jagraj Baji and Baljeet Baji, and they're always correcting my Punjabi, and like words I've been saying for many years, I've just heard my family say, and I thought, oh, but they I'll be saying even like words like Jola, this Jola. I'll be saying lots of words wrong, so this is a very good question. Sat Sri Akal. This is actually not our formal greeting. One Sikh to another Sikh, our formal greeting that Maharaj has told us is Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sat Sri Akal is a bit of a war cry. Normally you say, Bole Soneha. So to use that as a greeting kind of means, hey, look, let's go to war. We have a mission to do. Let's go do our war cry and get our mission done. So we have to reanalyze where to use that. But Sat basically means the truth. So the truth. Sri is the most high. And Akal is Vaheguruji, Akal Purkh, the timeless Lord. So we're actually, when we're saying Sat Sri Akal, we're actually remembering the truthful, the most high, the timeless Lord. So it's quite a beautiful, holy thing. But I just want to go on to Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. How beautiful that is. That actually explains, when we meet each other in real life, Any two human beings, they normally tell themselves who they are, what their name is, and what they do in society. Say, oh hi, my name's Bob, I'm a doctor. My name's Paul, I'm a plumber. We're doing that with our formal greeting, where we're saying, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa. Who am I? I am Khalsa. We are Khalsa. Whose are we? We, the Khalsa, belong to Vaheguru Ji. So when we, the Khalsa, meet, we actually remind each other who we are and whose we are. We are the Khalsa and we belong to Vaheguru Ji. And the second part is what we're here to do. Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. We're reminding ourselves what our mission statement is, what Vaheguru Ji put the Khalsa on this planet for. We're here for the victory of Vaheguru Ji, the Fateh of Vaheguru Ji. And what is the Fateh of Vaheguru Ji? Well, if you've been to another Kirtan, you've heard it. Deg Teg Fateh. It's very simple. Quite simply, we want to feed the world, make sure that they're well protected and protect the world. Feed and protect the world. So no matter who you are, Hindu, Jew, Christian, or atheist, you should have your basic human amenities taken care of. Nobody should be starving to death as we have every single day, even in the year 2016. The Khalsa's job should to make sure that everybody at a basic level is taken care of. And number two, our Guru has armed us. Our Guru has armed the men and the women. He's armed us literally with a Qurban, but our Guru has also armed us with knowledge. So we, with our knowledge and our weapons, must protect those that can't protect themselves. If the whole world has their food taken care of, their basic needs taken care of, and are free to do what they need to do, and feel protected from the bad guys, then the Khalsa is doing what they need to do. So our greetings, a lot of times you hear, Vai Khalsa, Vai Fateh. I mean, we're taking the beauty and the joy and the power out of what the Guru has given us. So when we greet each other, we should actually say, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh, and remind ourselves and them who we are and what the Guru's put us here to do. And then Maharaj, he'll give us the power, he'll give us the strength, he'll face us, and a Sikh is nothing without the Guru. So we should always ask ourselves, what does Guruji want me to do, and continue with that. I'll let Bhaji do the next one.
Next question is, please explain about Kada Prasad, Suchamta and Vivek. Do you think Guru Sahib will justify a Singh's act of just denying Prasad? So what it is, Kada Prasad obviously is made, it's called Pancha Amrita as well. It's got 5 main ingredients, which is atta, then kyo, then sugar, then water, and sometimes a little bit of milk. Sometimes you add suji or whatever, but it's got 5 main ingredients basically, and four, and then you obviously got the part as well. So when you make Kada Prasad, you make it really Japji side, and then when it's cooling down, they read it on side to cool it down, because obviously you don't have boiling hot in your hand, burn your hands. So normally there's 2 parts around Japji side and Anand side done for it. So this is blessed food now. When it comes to Suchamta means just how we keep ourselves a little bit pure. So we might wash our hands before cooking, that's part of Suchamta. We might wash our hands, obviously we should wash our hands when we come into Gurdwara, wash and keep ourselves clean. Before we ever touch Gurbani, we used to wash our hands again. We make sure that if we got any, to wipe our face, we will then use a hazuri to wipe our face, so we don't touch that. Same one to go. Suchamta is basically about how we keep ourselves, keep honor and respect for something. Now, Vivek, the third word means Vivek is basically, there's 2 meanings of Vivek. Vivek means discrimination. Actually means to discriminate. So people say, does Sikhi discriminate? And I think, well, it does discriminate. How does it discriminate? It gives you what's good and what's bad. What to avoid, what to go close to. That is discrimination. If you don't discriminate, you end up going and doing anything. Like some people say, Sab kuch theek hai. Like some people eat meat, they go, why should we discriminate? Let's eat all kinds of meat. But Guru has said there's no halal meat. No kosher meat. So we can't go near that. And it has to be chatka. So there's discrimination built into Sikhi. And it must be done yourself, not just get Tesco's to do it for you. Same way when it comes to Vivek about what to do and what to say, there's mother saying, speak away from lust, anger, pride, greed, attachment. Think about truth, contentment, forgiveness, humility. So that is Vivek. So the first Vivek is called Vivek Buddhi. Your mind has got Vivek. कि अपना जेरे करने वाले काम है कि वो करने, जेरे नहीं करने वाले काम है कि उन्होंने नहीं करना. Simple. Yeah, to discriminate on what I should do, what I shouldn't do. To hold myself back. Mala says, Band paya mere satgur pure hoi sarab kalyan. Band means to be trapped. Mala says, I'm saved by the bandhan of my Guru. My Guru trapped me, but he freed me. He trapped me away from the wrong things. Trapped me towards the good things. So the kada, the kirpan, the kesh, the panchakar, this is a bandhan to keep us on the right track. So we don't fall off and start doing the wrong things. Vivek, when it comes to food, tends to be people that say, I only want to eat from food of people who are also Amritari. Yeah? So that tends to be what Vivek is. So, or they might say, I only want to eat from food from people that are also Amritari but also Rehatwan. They not only Amritari but they keep their Rehat and they keep a certain level of Suchamta Vivek themselves. So there are people that in the Nihang Singh Dals that were Viveki. And the Vivekis would only eat food they cook themselves or other Viveki that cook for them. So there are people even now that have started to become in the popular wider world. Only before Dals would have it, people in the Nihang Singh Dals that were living very independent Chakravarti lives, they would do it. But now some people living in the normal world, Gristi Jeevan, in work, they started to become Viveki as well. That kind of Sarablo Vivek is very hard to keep in the real world. And it can be a bit surprising for the normal Sangat. I don't criticize it, but it can be a bit hard to keep and it becomes a bit hard for normal Sangat to understand. And somebody will say no to Prashad. But remember, this is a very niche practice. It was meant to be for people that were trying to keep themselves in a very strict rule. And that's up to them. We don't have to criticize them. Some of us might be tilla, yeah, some of us are strict. But it doesn't mean that we end up judging somebody for that. So that's their choice if they want to become Viveki. And they won't take Prashad from normal Sangat. They'll only take Prashad from when they know the person who's made the Prashad is Viveki themselves. Yeah? And that used to happen in the Nihang Singh Dals anyway. And it's just a situation that happened in our Panth. Don't get surprised by it. It's like, I remember when I first went to Sikhi camp, I was at 21, I was a Munna. I went to the camp and they said Prashad aa gaya. The Singh came with the Prashad and I put my hands up. He totally walked past me. I thought, Leh. Okay, I might be Munna, but I've had Prashad my whole life. Now what happened is that the first 5 people to get Prashad are supposed to be Amritari. Panj Pyare. They get the Prashad first. Doesn't matter the male or female, they Panj Amritari get the Prashad. Then it goes back into the Bhatta, leftover Prashad. It's mixed in and it's given to everybody else. Why? Because the Guru gets it first. And the Guru Khalsa is the Guru. No one explained that to me, so I got offended. When they explained it to me, I was like, oh, that's good. Now you've understood it. So a lot of the times, negativity in our Pantha comes from not knowing something. Once you start to understand it, you think, okay, fair enough, that's fine. Just like you can't make Prashad, you can't give it out unless you've done part. One of the things Samara says is, without Japji Sahib, you shouldn't either make Prashad or give it out. So generally, Japji Sahib nahi padya, they shouldn't be giving Prashad out. Those that have not read Japji Sahib, then that Prashad is not Prashad. And if you didn't read it with part, it's not Prashad. So you have to understand there's a Maryada for everything. And some people have a Maryada of Vivek, Sarvlok Vivek, and that's up to them. It's not that they won't eat it from anybody. They won't even eat food from, like me, because I'm not Viveki. So it doesn't make a difference. Don't take it personally. How shall we relate Dasam Granth Sahib, Sarvlok Granth Sahib and Guru Granth Sahib Ji? Now when you think about the word relation is like, how we related. Yeah? So in Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and you might say Guru Granth Sahib Ji is like the head, and Sarvlok Granth Sahib Ji are the shoulders and the other shoulder. Now you could lose one arm, and that would hurt you a lot, but you still got the head and you're still living, right? So for us, the most important is Guru Granth Sahib Ji because that's the head. But we can't do much without these two shoulders. So we need Dasam Granth Sahib Ji and Sarvlok Granth Sahib Ji. But that does not mean that we respect them the same as the head. So if you go to Huzur Sahib Ji, what they do in the morning is they do Prakash, they bring both the Granths out, and they put them, Dasam Granth Sahib Ji and Guru Granth Sahib Ji. But what they do is, Guru Granth Sahib Ji has a bigger palki, and the Prakash is done first. Hukumnama is taken, Asadiwar starts from Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Then while Asadiwar Kirtan is going on, they will do Prakash of Dasam Granth Sahib Ji. At the end of Asadiwar, they'll read out Hukamnam from the Granth Sahib Ji. So already you're seeing the priority is being given to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. Yeah? And that's how it should be. Always Guru Granth Sahib Ji is the top, and then you've got other Bani. Yeah? Just like Japji Sahib comes first, then Jap Sahib. So the relationship is like very close, but elder brother and younger brothers. That's all it is. Are there any viable solutions to awaken Shraddha? Shraddha means faith. How can we get our faith to increase? Well, one thing what Jagmeet Singh just touched upon is education. How can you have faith in something you don't know about? Like if I said to you, iPhones exist. You said, yeah, exist. But you don't know how it works. You don't know who made it. So your faith is not there. In the same way, if we start to research into our Guru's history, we should look into three things. One, what did Guruji say? What does Gurbani say? What do they say? Second, what did they do? Their own Sakhiya. And the third thing is, what did the people that listened to them and knew what they did, what did they do? The Gursikhs. So three things. Guru's Bani, Guru's actions, and the Gursikhs. Those three things will help us to become stronger Sikhs. Our faith will increase. When we think about Bhai Mani Singh Ji and how strong they were, when they were going to get chopped into little pieces, our faith increases. When we think about Bhai Dayala Ji, who was boiled alive, we think about Bhai Satidasi, Bhai Matidasi, these people, we increase our faith. But before we increase our faith, just by looking at the Shaheeds, we must also know what the Guru said and what the Guru did, because that will really help us. So sometimes, people like myself on the stage, we give you guilt trips. We say, "Thode waste shaheediyan paiyan Singhna ne, thonu sharam nahi aandi." That's a guilt trip. It helps, it works a little bit, but ultimately it doesn't completely work. The best form of Shraddha is when you start to take Bani, understand it, you start to live it in your life, you're inspired by the Guru's actions and the Gursikhs. That really makes you a strong faith. So it's like the roots of a tree. The deeper the roots are, the more widespread they are, the more they know, the more deep they are, the stronger that tree will be, and it won't fall over in the wind. If you put that tree and chop the roots off, it's got nothing there, it just got the root, but nothing inside, it will fall over when the wind comes. So all of our job as a Sikh must be to build our roots, more knowledge, more depth, more widespread knowledge. The Waheguru course, we didn't go through just one part of Sikhi, we went through all the history of Sikhi and Rag Kirtan and Guru Granth Sahib Ji, and we went through the Khalsa, we went through Simran. Some people know a lot about the Simran, they don't know about the history. Some people don't know a lot about 1984, they don't know about 1700s. That's not good. You should have broad and deep knowledge.
I just want to add to that one little bit is, to decide something, to decide is to cut yourself off from any other possibility. So when you make a decision, I'm going to do this, anything that's opposite of that, you're cutting yourself off from that, even that being a possibility. So to increase your Shraddha, to increase your faith, you can look within your heart, do a ardas to Maharaj, and ask yourself, who is Guruji to you? Who is Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj and Guru Gobind Singh Ji to you? And then just ask yourself one question. Do you want to listen to them or not? And then just decide 100%, it doesn't matter what they said, I'm going to listen to them. I'm going to follow them. And make that one decision and follow it quite blindly. And Sikhi, I've learned, is not about understanding everything. Even without understanding, if you just listen to the hukam of the Guru, then Maharaj will, through that action, help you understand everything that's going on. So, when you come upon a decision, shall I keep my hair or not? To keep your kesh is very difficult to articulate and conceptualize in your mind why to keep it. Because the whole world is set up to tell you not to keep your hair. So it's very difficult to conquer the mind and then keep your hair. If your Guru told you keep your hair, just keep your hair and tell your mind, I don't care what you say, it doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense, my Guru's told me something, my Guru is perfect, I'm going to listen to my Guru, it doesn't matter if the whole world burns down, I'm with my Guru. And then if you do it on that, then nothing can ever shake that faith. And Maharaj's Kirpa, if you do that and continue with it, then you'll actually realize within your heart the value of your Guru's hukam, you'll realize the value of this gash, that you're not keeping your hair's keeping you. And then that will increase the faith. So in the beginning, just decide to do it and do it, stick with it, and Maharaji will do the rest. Trust your Guru to take you to where you want to be.
Okay, Sangat, we've come to the end of the Q&A. The last question was really about, is there any unified database or contact center to contact visiting Ragi Pracharaks and how to ask assistance from other Gurdwara? The simple answer is no. There isn't one. The reason there isn't one is because we are the most unorganized army in the world. We call ourselves Khalsa Kalapur Ki Fauj, but really we're like the most unorganized army. Yeah? All the Gurdwara do what they want separately. There's no one system in the Gurdwara. There's no even one recommended constitution. There's no one group that we all listen to. There's no one Panthik Pyare. There's no Panj Pyare or Pan Singh. There's no such panel. There's no such order. Yeah? So basically, it's like we're in the worst situation right now. And the only way to do that is if we organize ourselves and we come together. This thing can happen very easily. I'm telling you, half the things that we worry about in our Panth, within 1 year, we can solve them. 1 year. All it would take is for us to come together for a big national meeting, pick a couple of leaders, give them a bunch of money to do what they have to do, and listen to them as they implement it. Pick Gur Sikhs at the top, like we look at the third one, the Gurmukhs here. So pick Gurmukhs who've graduated to lead the Gur Sikhs, and then accept that you as a Sikh are going to listen to the Gurmukhs. That's all it is. And the whole Panth can come together very quickly, and we can go forward in leaps and bounds. But in the meantime, what's happening is that the Sikhs are fighting the Gur Sikhs, and the Gur Sikhs are fighting the Gurmukhs, and the Gurmukhs say, forget it, I'm not talking to you lot. And the Gurmukhs just stay by themselves, and the Gur Sikhs, they are there, but mostly no one's leading us. We're not led by anybody. So in many ways, we are quite critical of the way the Panth is running at the moment. The reason for that criticism is not because we think we're clever, we just want to criticize people. It's because we want to improve the situation. And if we don't talk about it, then our idea will never spread. ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਵਾਂਗੇ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਸੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੈਗਾ, ਫਿਰ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਠੀਕ ਹੀ ਹੈਗਾ, ਰਹਿਣ ਦੋ, ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਜਾਓ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਾਲ ਛਕ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, ਤੇ ਦਾਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਲੂਣ ਹੈਗਾ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਸ ਮੁਸਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਸਮਾਲ ਕਰਕੇ ਖਾ ਰਹੇ ਹੈਗੇ, ਕੋਈ ਨਾ ਯਾਰ ਖਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ, ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ, ਦਿਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੁਖਾਣਾ। ਪਰ ਜੇ ਰੋਜ਼ ਜਾਓਗੇ ਨਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਖਾਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ, ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਨਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸ ਦੋਗੇ ਰਹੋਗੇ, ਯਾਰ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਾਂ ਭੈਣ ਜੀ, ਲੂਣ ਥੋੜਾ ਘੱਟ ਕਰ ਦਿਆ ਕਰੋ ਨਾ, ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੈ, ਖਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਸਬਜ਼ੀ ਦਾ, ਉਹ ਘਟਾਤਾ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ, ਬਸ। We keep going to the place knowing that it's not working, but we just say chalo koi na. But it's not chalo koi na. This is our family, it's our Panth. We can make a difference. In 3 years ago, I had my own business here. I was just sitting at work and I had my own business. I was self-employed. I had a nice life. I could run to work along a lovely canal, 45 minutes, work, wear shorts and t-shirt at work, cycle back. And you know, I was traveling, I was making money, I was happy. And one day I looked online, I saw this girl, and she said she almost converted to Islam because she didn't know anything about her own religion. She looked online, she asked the Granthis, no one helped her. I looked at myself and I thought, leh. And I slapped myself. I was just sat there, I was at my office, no one was around. It was okay, I just went, bang. I got myself. I said, you know enough to help this girl out. For all the things that you're doing, you could have just put a cup, you could have made something to help this one person out. But I said, you didn't do anything. So I feel in my heart that half the things that are going wrong in the Panth is partly because every one of us is sitting at home thinking, what can I do? But if we got us all together and started doing something, so a journey of 1,000 steps might have to start with 1 step. Yeah? Like Guru Sahib says, that Charan Saran, Bhai Gurdasi says, Charan Saran Gur Ek Penda Jai Chal, Satguru Kod Penda Aage Hue Leta Hai. You take 1 step, Guruji will take so many steps towards you. Just like I say, you do 5 little bit of Simran, Mana says, Bhai Gurdasi says, Ki Ek Bar Satguru Mantra, Simran Matra, Simran Tahe Bar Gur Heta Hai. You say it once, he'll help you say it so many times. In the same way, you take 1 step towards your Guru, he can take hundreds and thousands towards you. This is what Sikhi is about. We only do a little bit, Guru does everything else. So me, as an idiot who just never made a video in my life, I just thought in my head, we need to make some YouTube videos, man, like a Just Rain, you know, for Sikhi. And I just thought, alright, I'll try making one. And now, what is happening now, I feel like I've just jumped on a wave, never learned this surf before, jumped on a wave, and now I've got to stay on the board, that's it. And the wave is taking me, I don't know where. It's just flying with the wave. It's Guruji's wave. We just jumped on the skateboard and we didn't know where we were going to go, the surfboard. So this is basically how I think basics is happening. It's just happening and I'm just holding on along for the ride. Yeah. So, one benti to people, if this is something that you're passionate about, start it. Start it. You don't know, it might become the database. Yeah. All you got to do is start it. Don't think we can't do anything. Get up and do something. Yeah. And if it means that you have to step your game up, like I didn't have that many Shabbats Kant, I didn't have that many Parmans Kant, I didn't know that much Itihas when I started, I realized I had to start learning. Because you know, you grow into your role. Yeah? Sometimes you are given a big role and you have to grow into it. As you start this, you might end up growing into that role. Yeah? So kuch na kuch to karo, jarur karo. Apne vaste, panth vaste. Jarur kuch na kuch karo. Maharaj will do kirpa upon you. So inye binte parwan karniya. Punachakati Khema. Our stone is outside. Please come and speak to us. Get a hoodie, get a t-shirt, get a kid for your children, a book for your children. And Mother Kirpa Kare, years from now, this Panth will be much closer to Guru Granth Sahib Ji. We want to sit as close to Guru Granth Sahib Ji as we can and learn as much as we can from our Guru. Because this is the ultimate khajana. Maharaj says, Har Bhagat Khajana Bakshya Guru Nanak ki apas aao jiyo. This is the Bhakti da khajana. And it's a gift from Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. So Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj is the biggest gift that we could ever have. The closer we are to Gurbani, the more our life will benefit. So inye binti pravan punjo ka dikhema gaj karke fatah ko ji Vaheguru ji ka khalsa Vaheguru ji ki fateh.
Vaheguru Vaheguru